Welcome, I'm Lauren Lewis with Power for Parkinson's. Welcome to our Young Onset class. Today we'll be working on the floor as well as standing. This is a very dynamic and challenging class. Make it as I will show a lot of modifications. Please make it challenging and appropriate for you. You will be using some weights today. If you don't have weights, you can always use water bottles. You can do everything without weights. Challenge yourself to an appropriate level. Please make sure you have water and a chair or a wall nearby for balance to make sure you are safe. And we'll be working with 7 different exercises. I'll go through all 7 the first round. Second round, I'll be explaining why and how that benefits for Parkinson's disease, different symptoms that we're helping to manage. So I want you to really focus the second time around on your symptoms and how to exaggerate the exercises to make sure you're really using your body appropriately. First time, make sure you just get the exercise right. We're going to start off with our warm-up, so make sure you have a nice big open wide space, and we're going to do a quick warm-up, just some marching and jacks, just to kind of get our heart rate up and get our joints and large muscles prepared. So please join me as we march in place. Right leg, left arm, and march in place. Good. Lift those knees as high as you can. Look to make sure that you are swinging your arms and that you're swinging the opposite arm. This is a common symptom of Parkinson's. People don't even realize they often are only swinging one arm or no arms or same arm. And we want to make sure that you're using opposites. It's much safer for gait and for balance. Let's bring those arms together and overhead. Deep inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale 2 more times. Big inhale. Last time, up and out. Jacks right, left. Go right, center, right, center, left. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Change the arms. Go front, out, front, out, front, out, front, out, front. 4 more. Go front, out, front, out, front, out, front. Right side, cross and left, cross and left. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and march it out in place. Arms up. And exhale. Good. Shake it all out. All right. First exercise we're going to be working on is something called the dead bug. You're going to need to get on the floor for this one. This is a core exercise. It strengthens your lower back and your abdominals. So come on down to the floor. There's a lot of different ways you can do this. You can do this with straight leg, straight arms. This is the dead bug right here. Lying flat, making sure your belly is tight. You're pushing your lower back into the floor. If this bothers your back, you can bend your knees at 90, not all the way down, but at 90 degrees, and your arms stay here. The exercise is taking your right leg and your left arm and pushing to the floor. Now, you want to reach as far as feels comfortable for you, pushing your lower back into the floor, pushing your belly button in. Then you come back up and you take the opposite. If for you, your lower back comes up when you drop your leg all the way down, then you want to lift at an angle. Whatever works for you, and up. So you can have straight legs or bent legs, and you only go as far as you can, keeping your lower back flat on the floor. We're going to put our timer on. Each one of these exercises is done for 1 full minute. We're going to put our timer on and work on our dead bug core exercise. Here we go. Try not to go too fast on these exercises. Really work on muscling through them instead of speeding through them. These are not cardio, these are muscular. I'm going to make it a little harder by keeping those legs straight. Make sure you're using opposites. Tight on those core muscles. We're almost done. And down. All right, bring your knees into your chest to release your lower back just for a minute and roll yourself up and around. The next exercise is called a bird dog crunch. We're going to come into a bird dog, which is on all fours. You want to make sure your arms are directly underneath your shoulders. We're going to take that right arm once again and extend with your left arm. We're still working opposites. Try to keep your hips even. Watch out for lifting that hip way up in the air. We want to keep it nice and even. From here, once you find your balance, you're going to do a crunch, elbow to knee. Keep your head in place, not looking out or up, and extend. And then we drop that down and extend the opposite limbs to a full extension. Find your balance. Come in, crunch. Find your balance once again, keeping your hips even, and down. You can do this and have a little more fun with this exercise if this is too easy for you. In a full plank, a wide plank, you're going to lift right side and left side, hold it, come down to a crunch, hold it, and switch. Much harder, more fun. Find what works for you, stay at your level. The other thing you can do is a bear. You can come, start with that, bring yourself into a bear, come down, switch sides, come back down, bring yourself into a bear. That will also really, really trigger those core muscles as well. So we're going to put our 1-minute timer on and work on our bird dog crunch. Keep those hips even. Find your balance. On the crunch, elbow pushes into your knee, so you're really triggering those muscles. Push that elbow into your knee and extend. Make sure your head is just an extension of your back. You're not looking forward or down, or behind you.
Pick up the pieces. 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 Pick up the pieces.
And release. Sit all the way back into your heels. Stretch out that lower back before we stand. Take your stronger leg, usually your right leg, bring it in front, 2 hands on that knee, lift up, and get ready for our third exercise. We're going to be doing a squat and a back lunge. I'm going to move my little mat over so you can, I'm more balanced. Squat. A squat is an invisible chair position. So you're sitting back. Watch out for those knees. Don't let them come forward. We start off with a squat. Step over to your right side. Sit back into a squat position. Way back on your heels. Come back up to a standing position, and then you take that same leg and go back into a back lunge. This is not a bow, it's a back lunge. Your shoulders are over your hips. From here, I'm going to ask you to just tap your opposite. So right hand taps your left leg and come up. Then we squat down. I like to keep my hands in front for center of gravity. It helps with balance. Then we take that leg and touch. Again, sit back. Stand up, back lunge, sit down, stand up, back lunge. We're going to put on our timer and work on our squat back lunge. Here we go. You can add weights to this if you want. felt that on all sides of your legs. It's a great combination exercise using quads and glutes, front and back of leg. Next exercise, I'm going to ask you to be on your heel, on your toes. So you're going to have to lift your heels up. This is a good chance to grab another set of weights and stand on your weights, or grab 2 books or 1 book, so that you can put your toes on the ground but heels up. So you may want to put a pause on the video and run and find something. 2 books. I'm going to grab some weights. You want to make sure that the weights don't go roaming, that all your weight is on your toes, not your heels, so that they don't roll. I'm going to put my heels here, so now I'm on my toes. I'm on my toes. Weights are here or no weights at all, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to make it a little more fun for me and put some weights here. This is that invisible chair again. Whenever you do a squat, you go into an invisible chair. But my weight here, instead of usually, I'm always saying be on your heels. This time I want all your weight on your toes. So you're going to go from here to a full standing position. Hips forward, standing tall. Sit down. Hold it for a few seconds and then come right up. So what we're doing here is really working on those quads, front of leg. Make sure you're on your toes. Let's put our 1-minute timer on and work on standing on our toes with squats. Here we go. Sit back, sit back, sit back, and stand. Keep your weight on your toes. Just a few more, stay with me. And done, all right. Let's take those weights or books out of your way because we're moving on to our next exercise. The next exercise is an upper body exercise. It's called an Arnold. I'm gonna ask you to start with 2 weights, elbows or chest, shoulder height, not way down here, way up here. We're going to open up those arms out to the side, and again, I'm turning, you can see where my elbows are. I don't want your elbows in front of your body. I want your elbows behind you, but your wrists are over your shoulders, so slightly behind. Then we go into a full press, all the way up. We're working upper back and shoulders and chest when we rotate. So we're going to rotate those arms behind, lift all the way up into a press. Make sure the press is over by your ears, not in front of your body. Over here, come back down behind you and in. Upper back and shoulders. We'll put our timer on and make sure. Oh, and to make it a little more fun, I threw this in. I forgot I threw this in. You can add a knee lift on the press just to add some balance if you want. So here we go. Learn the exercise first and add the balance if you want. Here we go. Open up your chest, stand tall. Open up those elbows, open, open, open. All right, I'm beginning to feel like I've got it. I'm gonna add a knee lift. You do not have to add that knee lift. Open up the chest. Felt good on the shoulders, right? Okay. Moving on, our next exercise is something called a Y lift. We're gonna be on our belly, lying down on our belly, we're going to make a Y. So your arms start on the ground, your thumbs face up. We're going to start flat down, keep your head down, lift your arms up. To make it a little more fun, you can add some legs to that by lifting, but the real exercise here, this is an upper back, shoulder, and lower back core exercise, and it really uses everything on your upper body. So let's get down to the floor, find our positioning, full body length, body is nice and long. Arms are on a diagonal, not directly in front, to make a Y. Head down, and we lift. Or you can lift all the way up, depending on how safe your back is, or you can lift everything up. Again, you can, by lifting the legs, you're also adding some glutes, but make sure that your back is safe and make sure that your back can handle this. This can be a stressful exercise if you're not ready for it. Let's put our minute on and work on our upper back Y lift. Here we go. Make it a little more fun by lifting.
Let me hear you. Pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces.
Straighten those arms.
Pick up the pieces.
Work your entire spine. Done. Nice work. Come back up. Release your lower back. Put yourself in a child's pose real quick. Drop your chin to your chest. Just release those upper muscles. We're going to finish our series, our circuit, with a cardio exercise. We're going to be doing mountain climbers. You can do them. I'm going to be doing them on the chair. You can do them, that's a modified way. You can do them against the wall. It's a running in place. Make sure that you're not upside down. If you're going to do them in a plank position, your hips are low and you run it out. Nice and quick, as fast as you can. Watch out for lifting your hips up here. You don't want to be upside down. You want to make sure you're maintaining a good plank position. As I said, I'm going to modify mine. If you're going to use a chair, please make sure that the chair is against a wall or against something so it won't move on you. I'm going to be right here. And here's my plank position, nice and high, but in a diagonal. So we're put on our fun 1 minute of cardio. We want to really kick this out. We want to run as hard as we can. Here we go. Don't let those hips come up. Keep those legs lifting. Run it out. We're almost done. Run it out. Come on with me. Come on. A little faster now. A little faster. And come up one leg at a time. All the way up, standing up, walk it off, get that heart rate down, deep inhale. And exhale, how'd we do? First round is done, nice job. I'm gonna get this chair out of the way, get ready for my second round. Please grab some water, make sure your heart rate comes down nice and slowly and evenly. Be good to yourself, deep breath in. Exhale slowly. All right. As you're preparing for the second round, we usually work on or address, there's usually about 8 common symptoms. Gait. When I say gait, I'm usually talking about stride, taking long strides. I usually talking about contralateral, using opposites when you're walking for better balance and better stride. I'm talking about lifting your knee and ankle flexions, landing on your heel when you're going forward, landing on your toe when you're going back. That's important to avoid shuffling. So those are the gait issues. I'm always often talking about posture. You want to make sure that you don't end up with that rounded back, common Parkinson's posture where your head is forward. That will throw your balance and throw off your gait. So we work a lot on shoulders, chest, and back, working on posture. Better posture gives you better balance. We work on range of motion. People don't realize that range of motion does begin to get smaller. In other words, this feels like this. So we want to be more aware and intentional about using our body as large as we can. And very often many people find that their body just, everything slows down. Their speech slows down, their thinking slows down, movement slows down, gait slows down, writing slows down. So we want to make sure that we're reminding the body and triggering all those sensors in our muscles and in our brain to continue to move quickly. So those are the main symptoms we'll be working on. The first exercise is our dead bug. As you recall, we're laying down on the ground, we're facing up. This is working on contralateral, using those opposites, reminding ourselves to use opposites. We're doing them in a very exaggerated motion, one leg and opposite arm are moving at the same time. So yes, it's a core exercise. It's great for your lower back and for your abs, but for us, it's really about contralateral, about reminding the body to use opposites. Let's put on our minute and our first song and work on the dead bug. You can bend your knees or straighten your knees. The most important thing is reminding yourself to use opposites. Here we go. I'm going to stay with bent knees for the beginning. Opposites. And push down, so you're really triggering those opposites. Feel your heel and your wrist. Come up, get those opposites moving together. Feel your wrist and your hand moving together with that opposite leg. To make this more fun, and by fun I always mean harder, you can take the leg and arm that's not working and push against them. That will make your core work a little harder. And switch. Push a little harder. And switch. Push a little harder. Great job. Knees to chest. Release that lower back for a moment. Roll yourself up and around. The second exercise is the bird dog crunch. We're still working on gait for this one, still working on contralateral, thinking about really lifting and lengthening. We're also working on range of motion. I want you to feel your wrist and your leg really lengthening as far as you can, really moving out as far as you can. And you can see where your arm is. You can't see your leg, obviously, but you can really feel that extension of your body. Then we're going to come in and work on balance and then fully extend and switch. So we're going to put on our minute. Think about really extending your body, not just reaching and lengthening. Here we go. Lots of balance here. Release that lower back, sit all the way back into your heels. Just give yourself a little moment to release it. Take your stronger leg, bring that all the way up. And I'm going to get my mat out of the way for the next exercise. The next exercise is our squat and back lunge. Again, you can hold weights or not. This exercise, yes, it's about your glutes and your quads. It is. But for us, it's about stride. It's about making sure that we take long, wide steps, getting away from those small steps in every direction. You may not have this now, but it is very common, so we want to make sure that you are aware of large and wide steps. So we're going to take that big squat, and make it a little wider. Sit down, stand up, and then take that back lunge way back if you can, and then reverse it. Wide squat. And a big, long lunge back. All right, let's put on our timer and really think about widening your steps. Big steps. Nice work. All right, we're back. We're now back up to our heel raises, squats. This is a great quadricep exercise, and I really threw this in to strengthen the quads, to strengthen all the muscles over by the knee, not the high part of the quads that we often use when we're lifting, the lower part of the quads that are over by the knee. This will help remind you to lift. It strengthens all the muscles around your knee, keeps you safe. So I threw this in just as a leg strengthening exercise, not necessarily a specific symptom of Parkinson's, but yes, if your legs are stronger, you'll have better gait. And you'll be lifting better. So I'm going to lift my heels back up, nice and high. I'm on my toes. I'm going to keep the weights on just to make it a little more fun and a little more challenging. Here we go. 1 minute of heel raised quads. We want to make sure we're really strengthening our legs. Here we go. Standing nice and tall, always thinking about posture. I do like those. I'm going to get the weights out of the way, or your books, whatever, to make sure you're safe. Just get them out of the way. All right, the next exercise we're working on are Arnold's. Those are the elbows up, starting in this position. We're going to open up nice and wide, reach, and again, we can add the balance aspect to it. Balance is something for Parkinson's. We want to make sure we're always strengthening. We don't want to have incidences of falling, and balance is very often, especially for young onset, one of the first symptoms that people do notice. So we want to strengthen that as much as possible and whenever. But the Arnold's are really more about posture. This muscle up here, your trapezius muscle, it's a diamond-shaped muscle. That's the muscle that pulls your shoulders back and gives you better posture. So when your arms are here and opening up. We're working your upper back, your posture muscles, and your shoulders, keeping you nice and tall. Thinking about range of motion, lifting as high as you can. And then if you want to add that balance aspect, go right ahead. But this is really about thinking about standing tall, range of motion, and posture. Here comes our minute. Let's work it. We're also, of course, working biceps and triceps. So we're getting the whole upper body worked with a focus on posture. Keep those elbows high. Don't let them drop on the right here on the press. I love that act. I love them all. I'm going to get my weights out of the way. We're going back to the floor. Bring your mat back in if you need it. We're going to do those Y raises. The Y, range of motion, upper back, feel your body extending, and this really is all about total upper body strength and posture. Shoulders and arms, but we're working now, instead of just working this part of it, now we're working way more in the back. Okay, so let's drop down to our prone position down on the ground. Thumbs are up. You can hold light weights if you want. Head down or up, depending on what feels best for you. And here we go. 1 minute. Feel your elbows lengthening and squeezing. So you're going fully extended. Your entire spine is contracted in this muscle. Lengthen your body. Good. Lengthen that body. Lift your wrists a little higher. Try to get more into that lower back, upper back as well. A few more seconds. And done. Whew. Had to keep my eye on that clock because I didn't want to do one more second than I needed to. Sit back on your heels, release that lower back for a moment. Get ready for your mountain climbers. This is for or working against bradykinesia. This is what we talked about just a little earlier about forcing your body to move as fast as you can. We know through studies now that you don't only have to move your legs to get your legs moving faster. You can just even do this, and it reminds your brain and your body to move faster. So we're going to do mountain climbers as fast as you can, but safely. Make sure that your hips are not way up in the air. You're not upside down. I'm going to bring my chair over because I like to do them modified. I find that I don't get as dizzy when my head is a little higher. So make sure that you stay safe and do what's right for you. You can do these even against the wall as long as your body is in a long plank. Good for you. The point of this one is to move as fast as you can. We're going to put on some fun music. Come on down and join me. Here we go. Try not to look up. Be good to your neck or down. Get that heart rate up. Move those legs a little faster now. Come on, we're halfway through.
When the boogie starts to explode, I heard somebody say, Disco Inferno, burn it down. Disco Inferno, yeah.
I'm watching that clock. And roll up. If you're on the floor, stronger leg in front, hands on those thighs. Roll up. Walk it off with me. Deep breath in. Keep moving. Exhale out. Deep breath in. And exhale out. If your heart rate's real high, please continue moving. Chin to chest, we'll stretch as we move. Chin to chest, you can keep walking around, stretching out those shoulders, upper back. We did a lot of upper back and spine work today. Shoulders, chest, make sure that you really get a good stretch here. Good, we're gonna reverse that. Open it up behind you. Palms are shoulder height. Hands behind if you can. Roll your shoulders back. Be good to your neck. Try not to squeeze your neck as you're doing this stretch. Nice and high. Hold it right here. If you saw our sign while we were working out, it asked, did you get your 150 minutes in? We're really working on making sure that you get 150 minutes, which is just 30 minutes a few times a week. But that's for good basic health. That's what the American Sports Medicine and Heart Association suggests. We at Power for Parkinsons are suggesting 7 days of movement, not 7 days of hard out as hard as you can go, but 7 days. You really need to make sure that you are moving every day of the week. We want to make sure that you're really fighting these symptoms, making sure that you are feeling as good as you possibly can all the time. We're going to stretch out those legs one leg at a time. You can grab hold from behind and stretch your quad here. Make sure your knee faces the floor, or you can take this into a runner's lunge, still working all those muscles in that back leg. I like to hold on to a chair or the wall or something just for balance, because I want to make sure I'm stretching and not using muscles, but rather lengthening the muscles. Good, and hold it right here just for a few more seconds. Slide that back leg in, heel down, and lean into it. Stretching out your hamstring and glute. Another exercise you can do to stretch out those muscles is take one leg over the other and lean gently into it. That will stretch out your glutes. We did a lot of squats today. You want to make sure that you're being good to those muscles. Whenever you shorten them, you want to make sure to lengthen them as well. It'll keep you safer and more balanced, your muscles more balanced. And release. Good. Now we're going to take that opposite leg. That would be your left leg if you're facing me. And we're going to bring that all the way back, or grab hold of your ankle, whatever works for you, and lengthen those muscles nice and long. There is an area on the bottom of the video that you can give us comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say about the exercises, what you need more of, less of, what you find helpful, what you're really struggling on in terms of managing symptoms, and we can really work on this together. Once I know what you're looking for, maybe we can all put together a great group of exercises to really make sure that we're leaning into what you need to do. Cross that leg, or bring it in front and stretch. Either one is a great exercise, a great stretch for those muscles. Leaning into it just gently. Deep breath in and out as you're stretching. Good. All right, I'm going to stand back up. Both arms overhead, feeling a nice lengthening throughout your core. We did work a lot of core today as well, so we want to make sure we're lengthening, stretching out those muscles. We're going to take it just gently over to the right side. Feeling that right side of your body lengthening. Good, and come back to center. And lengthen the other side, that left side. Try not to lean forward, but rather open up your chest and stay right here in the center. Good, and we're going to reach right and left, and both arms come down. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for working so hard. Stay well. We'll see you next month.